He stood alone in the dark of the night, not a star in the sky, no sign of moonlight. The air was buzzing with a mysterious sound, a time for the dead, not a live soul around. The strong wind moaned through the crops and the leaves as the scarecrow hung waiting on All Hallows Eve. He wasn't alive, that much was true, but this haunted night made something askew. Suddenly his clothes were all a-flutter, and he turned to the right with a slight mutter. His arms jerked and his straw flesh did crackle, and he shook on his post and his slack body rattled. His dead head jerked as he heard owls screech, his arms trembled and his fingers did reach. Yet the scarecrow he whimpered as he hung on his pole, he swung with the wind and his body did roll. Then by enchantment of that very eve, he twitched and he wriggled and he wrenched himself free. He dropped to the ground with a great thud, and he swished his limp arms and stomped in the mud. He worshipped the air that whispered around. He threw his arms to the sky, then back to the ground. Celebrating the freedom with his loose dance, he clapped and he stomped and he twirled and he pranced. Yet his face remained static, his grin painted on, one eye staring and lifeless, the other one gone. His mind non-existent, he's forever a fool, for an evil at work was using him as a tool. As he danced round he was shedding his straw, with each swift movement more fell to the floor. Soon he was surrounded by his insides, yet across it he continued to dance and to glide. Suddenly, with a large echoing boom, flames burst from the floor and around him they zoomed. They flickered and crackled, sizzled and hissed, as they frolicked and jumped to form a hot mist. Yet the scarecrow danced on with the flames at his toes. He didn't stop as the bonfire rose, and even with flames climbing his legs, he swooshed his limp arms and bobbed his straw head. Then the fire engulfed him, and he blazed and he scorched, and he swayed in his patch like a poker-hot torch. The smouldering scarecrow was quite a sight as he danced, ignited, that Hallow Eve's night.